Samzu. My name is Mary Camacho Torres, and I'm very proud that my roots are actually from the South. My mother's family, Tan Magritan Flores Duenas, was from Inarajan. And my mother, whenever I take her down here, whenever there's gatherings or matais and we're driving through, with very clear vision, she always explains to me, this is where we farm, this is where the cantaloupe was, this is where the watermelon, all those things. She had a very clear vision and an affinity for the South. I was raised in Okatamuni, which is where her parents' family also had property. But 21 years ago, when I had the chance to buy my first house on Guam, I bought a nice little property in Santa Rita. So I'm Southern by transplant, and I'm very proud of it. And I want to introduce someone here today, my little Francisco. This little boy is growing up very similar to the way I grew up, watching my father when he first took public office as a senator, and then how he was the last one to be appointed by the presidents. And then remember how we had the Governor's Act in 1975, which gave the people the first opportunity to elect their own governor. That was my dad. So he was the last appointed and the first elected by the people. And a lot of what drives me as a person was watching him. And it wasn't about looking for a title. It was about knowing that there were people that he wanted to not set be. No, we all want to just take care of each other. Do you want to say hello, Francisco?
Hello, everybody.
You want to tell them who you're voting for?
I'm voting for my Nana Mary because she's always nice for me. She always stands up for me when I'm sad. She makes me happy always.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Thank you, people. But you know, one of the experiences, we've had a lot of forums going on this election cycle, but the one that really struck the most for me was the Chamorro Language Forum. Did you hear about that at the university? They invited 8 people, 4 from our side and 4 from the Democrat side, and I accepted the invitation. And what that taught me, you can only speak Chamorro, by the way. You can only speak Chamorro, and you had to submit your answers all written in Chamorro. So we had 20 answers to prepare for that were very hard topics, and 10 that were easy. But as I prepared for that, and I got up there, and it was a packed house, what I understood was that standing up and saying that you want to represent people is harder than it is. It really is. And it takes great heart and great determination to pull it off. I pulled it off. And every day at the legislature, when I'm there this first term, I've tried to pull off everything to the best of my ability that would have a direct impact on you. And already the first 3 bills that I introduced were about voter reform, voter registration reform. Making it easier, modernizing it, streamlining it so it's easier for people to vote. We've had record voter registration this election. Little things like that matter to people. Those are the things I look at. I also passed legislation that would get people through the Civil Service Commission a lot easier. And there are many other laws that I've done. I want to continue to do that. A lot of what I do comes from the heart that was born by the way I was raised. It becomes a part of your blood. But really, it's all about you. And my signs say you first. That's what drives me. I humbly ask for your support this election. Si Diyos maasi and si Diyos ang binidisi.